Alimony bleeds me dry every paycheck, but that's nothing compared to the other payment coming due each night. Last week, I came home to an intruder in my crappy studio apartment. He sat on the edge of my sagging Murphy bed, strangely out of place with his tailor suit and briefcase. His hawkish face was dominated by all black eyes, staring at me behind silver spectacles. If I hadn't been plastered, I might have jumped out of my skin. My tired brain had been playing tricks on me lately, and hitting the bottle this hard certainly didn't help. "Are you really there?" I asked.
"Yes. Don't be alarmed, Mr. Hinkle. I am."
His name came out like a guttural coughing fit.
"But you may call me G. I'm here to discuss a settlement."
Settlement? I wanted to run from the intruder, but the name, I actually knew it. "You sent me a letter a few weeks back. Big wax seal. You're a lawyer?" I remembered skimming the document and casting it aside. He nodded. "Sorry, I read Temporal Tribunal and I thought it was a prank."
"Afraid not."
I didn't understand. "If she wants more money, I've got nothing else." I gestured to the room that was completely bare save for the bed and a folding table where I ate my meals. G laughed, a wheezing, sickly laugh.
"I'm not here to collect your money. I'm here to collect time."
"Time?"
"The Temporal Tribunal collects stolen, wasted time and restores it to the rightful owner,"
G said.
"My, how you robbed your wife of her formative years."
I hung my head.
"Before we take you to court, she has to try a settlement. We're proposing you repay her 5 years, a few hours at a time, over the next decade."
"And if I refuse?" G shrugged.
"The tribunal despises adulterers. You'd probably owe double."
I was going to wake up. This was a booze-fueled nightmare. Deal. G licked his pale lips.
"Shake on it."
He held out his hand. His skin felt fibrous and coarse, like cheap sheets at a seedy motel. There was no border between the edge of his sleeve and the beginning of his flesh. His suit was his skin. He smirked, curling the corners of his thin, pale mouth.
"You'll be seeing me again."
1 second he was there. The next, he simply wasn't. There was no puff of smoke, or even my door clicking shut. I brushed it off as a work of my panicked, overtired imagination. It was a stress hallucination, brought on by the jackals in 3-piece suits who helped my wife tear my life apart. Turns out I wasn't so lucky. True to his word, G returned. I see him every night at 3 a.m., leering at me from the foot of my bed with those cold eyes. When I blink, the clock jumps to 6, just minutes before my alarm. Even still, I held out hope that it was a recurring nightmare until last Friday night. I turned off my alarm, planning to sleep as late as my body allowed. I blinked away an entire weekend, waking at 6 Monday morning. I caught on slower than I'd care to admit. The thing my wife loosed on me is collecting my debt every night, a few hours each day, a few hours each week. I have no idea what happens during the missing time, but I'm certainly not sleeping. I'm feeling the effects of chronic sleep deprivation. Everything aches, and I'm throwing back coffee by the pot just to stay upright. My next step will be coming up with an experiment to figure out exactly what's happening after 3 a.m. There's no way I can live like this for the next decade. I'm going to find my way out.